Hi guys, Liz Truss will likely be remembered for either losing to a lettuce or her mini budget that trashed the economy and resulted in her firing her Chancellor and her quitting shortly after. Around the same time, she stood up in the House of Commons and claimed that she was a fighter, not a quitter. Anyway, her replacement Rishi Sunak was believed to be a steady pair of hands, but also he promised to deliver where Truss had failed. He was interviewed here where the disaster prisons were presented to him, his dishonest attempt to provide a new alternative to HS2, and that his government had announced wrong financing for schools which will not be refunded. Is he sorry? Of course not.
You're having to rewrite sentencing policy today because you've all but run out of prison places. You've had to scrabble around and redo the Network North announcements because your government announced funding for projects already completed. Your government told schools the wrong funding figures for next academic year and are now having to explain why you're reducing that figure. You came in replacing Liz Truss, promising competence. Are you embarrassed?
No, I think when it comes to HS2, I took the right long-term decision.
But do you accept that there have been some mistakes made in recent weeks?
No, we're always striving to deliver for the British people.
Okay, first of all, I want to show you this picture here that I think this was just epic. You have, he looks like he's a schoolboy who's been brought into the principal's office and has been told off because he threw a stone through a window. Anyway, so the first one was, are you embarrassed? And of course he said no and started talking about HS2. And then he was asked, do you accept that mistakes were made? And he says no. Now, I don't know who the hell Rishi Sunak has advising him, but he needs to fire those people because they're completely useless and they're making his situation even worse. He needs to be told, you know, whenever you make a mistake, say lessons are being learned. That's what you have to say. You know, or blame it on, you know, the previous administration, Liz Truss. It was Liz Truss's fault, or it was Boris Johnson's fault. It's not going to really wash with most people, but you may be able to convince some people. But I think the best approach is to say, look, yes, mistakes have been made. We're learning. We're going to fix those mistakes in the future. But you can't just put up this wall of it's not my fault, or I'm not sorry, or I don't believe mistakes have happened, or I'm not embarrassed, because it's not going to convince anyone to vote for you. And maybe at this stage, Rishi Sunak just doesn't care. It's like, I know I'm going to lose. I may as well just go out. I just go through the motions, spin my wheels, and hope for the best, but expect the worst. And it's probably going to be the worst. He's probably going to even lose his seat himself, which would be pretty embarrassing. But he'll be okay. He won't be living under a bridge or relying on food banks. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.